Hey everyone, this is Jason Gardner from The Successful Drummer, and thanks for coming back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, well, welcome to the channel. I want today to give you a quick overview of my drum kit. I think it'll be interesting to some of you, and if you're new, it kind of lets you know what the basics are and what you might need to even do some content creation. We're going to cover that a little bit as well. Plus show you some of the advanced techniques that I've been using, for years, just to make a better drum sound, okay? So we're not going for the audio quality of the drums today, but we are going to show you what's in my studio. And we'll start right now with the newest snare drum that I've been using. So we're going to go right to it. And this is it's called I think it's SPL is the company. And it was a very inexpensive drum. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a very inexpensive drum. I will post the links to everything in the description. But it's a beautiful drum, and it sounds great. It's very versatile. I have it cranked right now, but as deep as it is, you can get it to sound really deep. So with the snare drum right now, if you notice some old school techniques, just using duct tape and paper towel, and a playing card for muffling, and when I make my YouTube video, sometimes I even cover that a little more, so it's a little more damp, okay? So moving right over to the floor tom. If you look over here at the badge, you'll notice that this is a classic at this point. This is the Manu Katché Yamaha drum set. It was a cool little jazz drum kit, and this is a 13-inch floor tom. Okay, I'm not sure of the depth, but standard depth, 13-inch floor tom. And I use, by the way, this is a clear, this is a clear pinstripe Remo, right? That's what I always use on this one. I get the best sound. It's hard to hear here, but let me see, you won't even notice it. All right, and then over here, snare drum, by the way, is an coated ambassador head, is what I prefer on that one. Moving right over to the kick drum. And a lot of times I don't even use the floor tom, and I do have other toms. This is what I'm using right now. This is an old Gretsch. I got it new in 1989 or 88. And I got this in Florida at Resurrection Drums. This is a full kit. I got this. This is an amazing deal, and it's an incredible drum. This is an 18 by 18 kick drum, Gretsch. The hoops are replaced. The legs are replaced. Because I had it on a rack. I had a rack surrounding it. These things are okay, but I don't remove it because it's beautiful, but I'm not using it as much. It came with a 10 by 6.5 rack, which I still have, and a regular 12-inch, pretty much standard rack, and then a 15-inch floor tom, which maybe we'll get to later on over there. All right, so that's the basic kit I'm using right now. If you want to come around here, you'll look what I have in the kick drum. I actually have, this is a clear pinstripe down here. That's a clear pinstripe. That's okay. And I have a plastic ring with a muffle in there. It's really intricate. We'll get into that someday. Let's go to the cymbals real quick. These are a pair of Sabian, I think they're double A hi-hats. They're 12-inch hi-hats. Yeah, you can actually see here. Look at that. There we go. Regular hats, 12-inch regular hats. Sabian AAs. Gorgeous. And look at the patina on these. But I love those. I flip them in and out. Speaking of another set of cymbal hi-hats that I would use, these are for lighter gigs. These are 12-inch Zildjian SR studio recording. Also 12-inch. I can mix and match these, or I can create a stack, is what I'm doing today. So this stack, let's get right to that. That's an 18-inch Pasty 2002 Crash. That sounds killer as a light ride or as a crash cymbal. You know how good pasties are. And then throw this on top, throw it on top there, creates a nice stack, a nice cymbal stack, a nice crash, okay? Cool, so cymbals, really basic. Sometimes I use a flat ride, a Zildjian K flat ride, or a Pasty flat ride, depending. So let's move over right here. And this is what I'm recording content on. or through, and you'll notice you have this thing here on the kick drum. You might have seen that earlier. And this is the microphone system and trigger system. And this right here is the brain. It's a Yamaha EAD-10. And basically, this enables me to record through this onto my phone or onto my computer. And this mics the whole kit. This mics the whole drum set. I could choose reverb and compression, a little bit of triggers on the kick drum, a little light triggering, and it enables me to get the drum sound. I will post a link to a bunch of my videos you can hear. They're all done with the EAD-10. Without the EAD-10, I would have not been able to record any of this content. So it's been really, really great for me. It's been a problem solver. Okay, hardware. This is, I think, part of the this might be part of the Manu Cache kit. This is a lightweight hi-hat stand. Iron Cobra bass drum pedal over here. I don't know if you can get behind here, but this is the Yamaha pedal, and the Iron Cobra is over here. And it is, if you notice, you're upside down, but it's okay. If you notice, that's part of the double kick drum, which I don't use. While we're down here, let's just look right over here on the kick drum. So I have this, and I have these on my Gretsch. These are triggers that I could add I could plug another trigger into either the EAD or another brain. And underneath here is a Roland pad for V drums, and I can connect that as well into here and choose an 808 snare or an 808 low end, hit or tambourine or something like that. Speaking of tambourines, this is great. I'll show it to you right now. So you screw it on here, and again, you're not going to hear the best demonstration through my mic here, but it's off unless you want to hear a good little, not a bad little hi-hat chick sound. If you're doing a percussive drum set, you can actually use it as a hi-hat. But if you click this here, now you can actually get a hi-hat sound. And you can turn it off when you don't need it. You can turn it on when you need it, and that's really helpful. Depending on drummers who see small hi-hats, they might get in the way. So be careful. All right, monitoring systems. I use the Vic Firth. I really like the newer Vic Firth headset for over the ears. And then for in-ears, right now, I'm going with, and I will post a link to them. These are really inexpensive in-ears. I found that the in-ears are not as important as something like this to keep them on your head. So I'm just using a twist tie from like a garbage bag to keep that on the back. So there are videos out there that teach you how to do something like that. All you use is a twist tie to keep that secure so these things don't fall out. When you do that, a pair like this, I think they were like $20 or something like that, $30. There's fine, depending on what your preference is for using in-ears versus over-ears, depending on the gig. And cool, let's see what else. A couple of drum keys, right? Let's move over here to some extras. Here's a 13-inch metal drum. It's by the company Ahead. And here is an old school, this is crazy. This is a Remo, I have a video for this too. I can post a link. This is a Remo pre-tuned PTS. This is pre-tuned. These lugs just keep the drum on the head. They do not tune the head. And this is a very low, deep sounding drum. Very good for like if you're playing a Journey cover or something like a real like ballad and you want a really deep like Bryan Adams or like the 1980s snare drum. It's a good little trick to have in the studio, this sort of drum. It's extremely rare as well. I'm excited to have it. I have both Gretsch head with a hole in it, and then I have on the front there of the batter head, I have the Gretsch without the hole in it. Another couple of heads that I do use, not the best cutout job, but for rock and roll, a little bit more, I'm usually a plastic, usually a coated ebony, something stronger. This is an Ambassador, but I just want to show you that. And I think we're good to go. Always have some WD-40 on hand. And here's the other half of the pedal that I don't use. And I think we're good for today. Oh, sticks. We'll end with that. So I use the 5As. And the 5As, I've been using them for years. For jazz, I've gone to 7As, but I use the wood tips and the 5As. For rock gigs, I've gone up to the 5As wood tips. And that's my preference. What's your preference of sticks? I'm really curious to know what you guys prefer to use. Other things I wanted to mention is I do have a ring light. Not important to look at right now, but I have a ring light that might help with recording, and I have a stand for the phone to record with. Other than that, I think that's it. If you have any questions, of course, please post them in the comments. I love hearing about your own setups. Send me pictures. Let me know what you're drumming with. If you have any questions about setting up your own drum set and how that might be, hopefully you gave you some ideas about how simple it can be. And if you look at some of my videos, you'll see that you don't need a lot of drums to make a lot of music. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and have a great day.